Welcome to the Principles for Smart Living show with Conrad L. Jones. Here we talk about 5 things vitally important to smart living, which we call the Life Mastery Matrix. Those 5 things are faith, growth, excellence, contribution, and self-care. Faith constitutes your spiritual journey and relationship with God. Growth is your attitude to keep learning and becoming a better person. Excellence is your approach to doing quality work in everything you put out in the world. Contribution is about sharing your gifts and talents to be a blessing to others and to unlock more of your God-given capacity and capabilities. And self-care is you taking care of your body, mind, and spirit, and also getting quiet rest to refresh and renew yourself regularly. Let's join Conrad.
If this is your first time joining me on the show, I want to say welcome and thanks for sharing your time with me. In the previous episode, we talked about those 3 keys for developing an obsession around your assignment and how it can actually be an asset in your life with helping you find a deeper sense of purpose. In today's episode, let's talk about rediscovering what you are really worth so you don't allow anyone to put you down or to downplay your value in life. You know, since as a society, we tend to put monetary figures on anything that we can to help us determine its value. Here's a question. What if you were worth $20 million? What would be different about you, different about your lifestyle, about your relationships? How would you expect to be treated? How would you act? How would you look and carry yourself in public? Would you want the best of everything in life? The best foods, clothes, jewelry, cars, people around you, etc. Now, I'm going to make an assumption here. I believe that because you now feel that you are worth so much more and are thus much more a valuable person, it would show. And here are a few natural ways this probably would happen. 1, you would never allow anyone to abuse you or take away your rights. 2, you would never do things to intentionally destroy your life. 3, your self-esteem and your confidence would jump 3-fold. And 4, you would be careful whom you allowed around you. So, if you would feel that way about yourself with $20 million, what makes you think that you are worth any less because you don't have an account at a local bank with those computer digits registered to your name? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Like many of us, you too probably have been taught that the size of our value or worth is derived from the size of your bank account, right? And that is net worth. Or what you are really worth is found by subtracting everything you owe from everything you own. So if you owed nothing, then you must be worth little or nothing, right? This is a common life myth that keeps many from walking according to the purpose and the plan of God for their lives because they don't see real value and worth in themselves. I summarize that we were told our value is based on our net worth because those who we listened to had only an understanding of book value, but they were really dummies in understanding life value and life worth. So here are 5 simple but powerful components in your life that has massive value. The first is your life experiences. Good or bad, they both have value. Most of the good experiences you probably wouldn't trade for anything, and the bad ones taught you some lessons that you now know how to do things differently, so you won't make the same mistakes again. The next is your natural abilities. These are those great things you enjoy doing and often do well. They could include everything from singing to storytelling, from planning parties to projects, from baking cakes to creating computer systems, from riding a bike to skiing downhill. There are just so many that we could write a book on what you probably have stored in your life right now. The third is your heart abilities. These are the things that include counseling a friend who's going through a hard time, consoling a coworker who's lost someone special, taking some young unfortunate person into your life and helping them find their path, spending time at the retirement home, helping senior citizens enjoy the last few precious days of their lives, or adopting a baby from a teenage mother who does not have the resources to raise the child herself. Those are your hard abilities. Then there are your learned abilities. These include those skills that you've spent time acquiring, like going to school and you studied accounting or legal service or secretarial service or carpentry, plumbing, public speaking, etc. Those are your learned abilities. Then there are your networking abilities. These are those wonderful connections that you have developed with family, friends, clients, business partners, etc. All the people whose lives have improved because they came in contact with you. Now, you tell me, as a matter of fact, ask yourself this next question. If I was going to go through each of these areas and list my abilities, then put a monetary value next to each ability, how much would my real value really be? So here's a short exercise I want you to do right now. Think about your abilities as compared to the ones we discussed above. Now, take a minute and ask yourself that simple question. How much do I believe I am really worth? Keep in mind that this has nothing to do with someone else's opinion at this point. This is all about how you really feel about yourself. So, did you come up with a figure yet? Good. Now write that number somewhere you will see it every day to remind yourself of what you are really worth as compared to some dummy's assessment. Great. I'm so glad that you're getting the full picture. But before we leave this scenario, let's take this exercise a step further. Here's what I want you to do right now. Get a notebook and a pen. Then begin listing as many of your abilities as you can. Ask people who know you and know what your abilities are and what they see in you also. This will often help you uncover more about yourself that you didn't even dream possible. As you make your list, also add a monetary value to each of your abilities. Ask yourself, if I had to sell this ability right now, how much would I sell it for? Do this simple exercise for a month, spending 10 minutes on it every other day, or even every day if you like. You will be shocked to see how much value there is that really exists in your life. In the next upcoming episode, we'll talk about the birthplace of greatness and destiny and how God always creates great things using the power and the principle of seed manipulation. So stay tuned.
Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this inspirational session and that it added value to you. If this episode has been a blessing to you and you want to download it, share it to bless your friends, or grab the other free resources we have available for you, visit us at purposeunleashed.com/principles podcast and have a great day.